We're back. We are entering what is basically the halfway marker here for today's game. So we're going to have the PVZ, the winner of this series, gets out of the group and goes on to the round of 16, the first player to do so this year.
That's right. I'm actually really excited. I've been reading the chat, and Life said that Akalon is a Protoss map, which I hope that's true. I've had a really hard time in the ladder on that, so I can't wait to see that match.
Can't wait to see what he's going to show us here.
But he might have been trolling. Who knows? I actually have no idea.
Yeah, how'd you like that Heart of the Swarm intro for the start of the show?
At the start of the show, well, when the Viking landed
I wanted to make a joke about it. I was like, who's playing this right now? Who's controlling the Terry? Just landed a Viking versus a Ultralisk?
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, listen, this is why your planet's overrun, okay? It isn't that Terran is so much harder. It's because you're landing your Vikings against Ultras.
It might look like an epic battle, guys, but that was clearly a game going on in Bronze League.
What was he defending there? The city? Listen, you can lose a few depots.
I don't think any parts of that city would affect your tech
buildings.
Yeah.
I didn't see any minerals.
I didn't even see an eBay there.
No. He's not even upgrading? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You need to fight over and control, barren territories, all right? Not cities if you're going to win.
I didn't see a single Marauder in there. There's that many Ultras coming at you. You don't have a single Marauder.
What are you doing? Where are the Hellions? Marine siege tank against all those Lings?
I don't know, man.
It's
a pretty epic intro, though, actually.
It is pretty sick, man.
All right.
The part where they steps on the tank. I'm like, oh, they can't do that, but that's really cool. I like that. And the Night Storm comes out and crushes somebody, and I'm like, they can't do that either, but that's really cool. Wouldn't that be terrible if they could do that?
It's it makes me want to play single player. All right,
it's time. And our map is going to be Daybreak. So let's get this going. Remember, the winner escapes from the round of 32 and goes on to the round of 16. Who will it be? Will it be Crater? Or will it be Life? We're going to find out soon. So let's get ready. In the upper right starting location, we have our Protoss player, 1 of 5 here in GSL Code S. He is
Creator Prime.
And in the bottom left starting location, we've got our Zerg player, a legend, the Royal Roader. He is
Started.
Speaking of which, I do want to point out once again that, because I pointed this out, excuse me, a couple seasons ago when he started to come up strong, that there's a lot of resemblance in his play and the way that he's coming up to Jaedong. How Jaedong came up in StarCraft 1, where it's just suddenly out of nowhere you're killing all these legends, super young Zerg, and in fact he kind of even looks like him a little bit.
Slightly, yes.
A little bit.
Not a lot, but...
Not a ton, but there's something in the eyes that are similar.
Something in those eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
The eyes of killers.
There you go. Now we got a spawning pool coming down here. And, it's going to be a little bit of downtime here as we watch them tack up. There is a small possibility that Life will try to do something early on to punish Creator, but it seems like nowadays people have pretty much mastered fast expanding to the point where you really shouldn't ever lose your fast expansion.
Pretty much.
Have a good SimCity, a good building placement, essentially.
Yeah, the 1 to 2 hatch all-ins against the fast expansion are nearly completely gone.
Jesus, look at that stat, man.
What?
18 and 1? If it's between 20 and 23, that's a crazy stat.
Well, that's when he likes to kill people, I guess. That's craziness. That's really crazy. It's funny how numbers can be shown to show like all sorts of craziness tasteless.
Yeah, but if you see that here, man, after the 25-minute marker,
well, that's after the 25-minute marker. That's when
Broodlords are out.
Well, that's when your first two vortexes didn't work. The game continues. There you go. Okay, so, all right, this is my question for this game.
Go.
Wait a minute. He's only got 1 gas.
Ruh-roh.
We only have 1 gas on Creator. Because normally, your second gas you get at 20. You normally go 19 gas, 20 gas. Okay, there you go. I think he might go for a 1-gate, 3-base build again. By getting that slightly later gas, he's going to have a few extra minerals. And he did on this map last time against Bjol. So we'll see if he actually goes for that again. That'll be really interesting because Life got to see that. So he may think, okay, if he goes for that, this is my plan. You know, he's going to be a little bit more prepared than Bjol was, of course. But we'll see in a minute.
Well, I think Life is also proven to be much more adaptable.
Whoa, he's going 2-base layer. So no longer can Creator. Oh, and look at that beautiful scout. He sees no third base. And the fact that there's not a third base up yet, Creator is going to change his plans. Whatever his plans were, they are no longer. Because you're not going to do... Let's say he was going to go for the 3-base off 1 gate. If your opponent's going 2-base layer, he will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. Like, he'll... Whatever tech route he goes, he should be able to break.
One guy's being too greedy, the other guy is teching so fast that he gets to punish you hardcore.
Yeah, so now we have to see what Creator wants to do with this. Does he go Stargate? Does he go Robo? Does he possibly go Twilight? I really doubt that one. But
no,
he's
I would
going
be surprised about Twilight.
Yeah, he's going straight into Sentries. So I think it's going to be a Robo. I'm pretty certain of this. Because, you know, the Stargate timing kind of has moved around a little bit. I mean, he could go for it, but it's not as quick as you would like. I feel like a Robo is just pretty solid here.
Life already off to a really good start here.
Well, he's got 7 roaches on the way.
Now, you know, to be honest, with the other 2 Zergs, we have Bjol and Symbol. I don't know if they can take on Creator. They do not seem to be having their good days today.
Well, I would like to see Symbol against Creator. Would not mind that.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's, of course,
Symbol is like the sick late-game ZVP expert.
He's not the best late-game ZVZ ever, man.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. Okay, so, I mean, there's roaches on the way, roach speed on the way. He doesn't know about the roaches yet, and Creator didn't get a second cannon, even though he's seen twice now that there was no third base, so that's a little bit concerning.
He could actually lose a lot right up here.
He could, yeah. I feel like actually picking... Oh, look at that, a Warp Prism. So he actually is a little bit in the dark here. I feel like this is a little bit weird for someone that's seen that it's a 2-base play to get the Warp Prism that quick. But it's probably just to try counterattacks.
He won't have that Immortal to help fight off the roaches, which is alarming.
But his gates are done, so... And actually, he just... Oh my god, he has no idea what's going on. Look at this.
He didn't even have the
sentries were going up.
Sentries that they're at the right time.
Yeah, this is a little bit rough, and now he's going for that Immortal. Luckily, his gates are done, so he can warp in a bunch of sentries right now. He shouldn't die from this, but this is way more damage than he should have taken. When he's scouted no third base.
Yeah, he just wasn't really prepared for some of the obvious things that could be coming right at him.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. He must have thought that it was like an Infestor rush into third base. I think that's the only thing that makes sense here that he could have thought, but now Life has taken a pretty substantial lead. I mean, I don't think that Creator's going to die straight up right here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that Immortal out, so that's going to help out his time.
He could actually die here. This is a possibility.
Well, I mean, how many Force Fields does he have left? Like, what,
I feel like he should just kill that core. It's so low right now. If he kills the core...
Well, if he kills the core, no more Stalkers.
Just Zealots. Zealots get speed roaches. No, thank you. Well, he's dealt so much damage to this point. This is kind of like what we saw against Symbol, where Symbol just died right off.
This is kind of what we saw in Looper, where the guy disappears there and he shoots him.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that.
Pretty much, this is actually a Looper death, I think is what this is.
That's what it is.
We actually have discovered now that Creator was a Looper this game.
Yes.
But that would, of course, also make Life...
Well, Life right now
that would make Life
is the Rainmaker.
Life, oh yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's Nesty. Nesty's Rainmaker.
Well, Life and Nesty are actually the same person.
Oh, but I guess that what it means is
Life is
a younger version, right?
Exactly.
Of the Looper. Yeah, okay.
Well, Creator is dead despite staying in the game. That's fine. But this is... Yeah, I'm really, like, struggling here with what he could have thought was going on, because I thought that his pro got close enough that second time, I'm pretty certain.
Well, I mean, he was in the dark, and he was playing like he knew...
He had to... He must have been assuming it was a rush to Infestors. It's the only thing that comes to mind, because it's like, well, if you get over there with a Warp Prism with sentries before the Infestors are out, he might not have many units. But the thing is, he didn't know. He was playing with very little information. Well, he was actually playing with plenty of information, which is, well, I have to play really safely here. But he didn't do so. He never made a second cannon. He was preparing to be aggressive against a 2-base player, which doesn't make the most sense.
And, you know, second cannon is like the bare minimum of setting up for
I feel
defense.
Like, yeah, I mean, we saw him go directly into sentries, but that was actually for his drop. So he was kind of just blindly following a strategy, I guess, which is really
he might have known this was a threat, but thought, well, if I'm going to just assume it's Infestors, because if I know that, then I didn't waste any money on second cannon. I didn't get other defenses.
To be fair, nobody in the entire... I haven't seen that build for like 2 years to go to a quick layer, make roach speed, and start attacking. I've not seen it forever, because it's something that should be held.
It's interesting to see how many timing builds Life's actually pulled off here.
Yeah, I know. Life is like Leenock. They just like decide on some weird aggression and do it and kill you.
Very interesting stuff. Yeah. Well, excuse me. Let's find out. Can Creator come back, or is Life going to close us out? We're here in Seoul, Korea, where the best StarCraft 2 players in the world reside, duking it out in the most competitive tournament